Hey guys, and welcome back. So I'm going to carry on from where I left off, and that's building the station for this log flume. This doesn't take me too long. I shall let you watch me build the station, and then I shall talk about the rest of the things I'm going to add in this area. And also at the end of this video, if you stick around, I do start a new big attraction for the park. So I'll speak to you then. Okay, so let's just talk about what's going on here. I've pretty much finished the log flume. I'm just adding in some rocks to break up the straight edge shorelines on the water. And here I'm experimenting with something which is a photo option for the ride. So if you're going to come down the big drop, then it will take a photo of you, which you can then buy at the end of the ride when you get off. I've achieved this by using a piece of wood from Shy Guys 3 set, and I've actually sunk a flag topper from Shy Guys 4 set into the front of the wood to make it look like a lens. And then to follow up from that camera, I'm adding a photo booth here at the end of the ride, so when you get off you can view the photo and if you wish purchase it. Obviously this is not an in-game feature, it doesn't function as I've done with many of the things I've built, but I thought again it was something nice to add. I'm just really trying to make this little photo booth tie in with the station, so using the same kind of style and colours and pieces, just to make sure it all matches and blends in. With the screens inside, as you can see, I've experimented with using vent pieces. As I go through the park, I do build more photo booth kind of things, and I do experiment each time of how to make the screens. This was just one way I tried it on this particular ride. So just adding railings around the edge now, and that pretty much sums up this log flume. There's not really much else for me to do here, which means I can now move on to the next big attraction of the park, which is something I really wanted to add in, and that is an inverted coaster. These are kind of one of my favourite types of rides. My favourites kind of being, you know, Nemesis of course, and Montu, Black Mamba. That's just some I've ridden. I've only ever ridden one that I wasn't really a big fan of, and that was Silver Bullet at Knott's Berry Farm. It was still great, but I think it was because it wasn't as intense as the others. It was really good. And obviously can't forget the Batman clone rides. People don't always like them because they are a clone ride and they're at all the Six Flags parks, but they are really, really good, really intense. And I did actually manage to ride Batman backwards a few years ago at Great Adventure. That was great. So as you can see, I'm just kind of plotting down this layout for this ride. Nothing is finalized yet. The colors do change slightly. As I said, I'm just getting the layout done. It's kind of your standard piece together B&M, you know, with all the inversions, a loop, zero G roll, cobra roll, and I'm using the track edit mod to really kind of get the shapes I want, especially with that loop. I really tried to stretch it out and make it look more like a really narrow vertical loop. For instance, the one on Montu, which is kind of the shape of an eye of a needle. I shall leave some screenshots at the end of this video from what I've done. I won't put any from this inverted coaster as it's nowhere near finished yet, and I don't want to give too much away from what I've done already. But thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing. Cheers for watching, and I'll speak to you next time. Ciao!